This is Michael. He studies less than 40 minutes a day, gets enough sleep, still has time to meet friends, but his scores are always in the top 5% of the class. I spend most of my time reviewing by doing practice tests and teaching my knowledge to my friends. And this is Andrew. Andrew studied more than 4 hours a day, cut down on sleep, rarely went out, but still struggled to maintain a B grade. He immersed himself in dozens of pages of colorful notes, read and reread textbooks for hours, but the knowledge still slipped through his head. So what's the difference between Michael and Andrew? It's not intelligence, it's not hard work, it's not luck, it's how they learn. Now stop for a second and ask yourself, how much would you rate your learning method on a scale of 10? Leave it here. After watching this video, I bet you'll want to re-rate that right away. So, have you rated your learning style yet? Now keep that number in mind, because at the end of this video, I'll give you a top learning secret. The one that helped me go from a steady 7 to a steady 9 or 10. The story begins on a night I'll never forget. In 11th grade, sitting in the classroom, my desk was full of soda cans and coffee cups. My notebook was filled with highlights in green, red, purple, yellow, all kinds of colors. It was 3 a.m., and I had been studying for 12 hours straight to prepare for the biology exam. At that time, I thought I was doing everything right, neat notes, rereading the book until the pages wore out. But deep down, I knew something was wrong. And it turned out I didn't do that well on the exam. After that night, I changed everything. Not because I got better right away, but because it forced me to realize the truth. I had no idea how to study effectively. Have you ever fallen into this trap? The textbooks are highlighted so tightly they look like paintings. You read a passage over and over again until it's memorized but still forget it all in the test. Or you write a bunch of notes and then never look at them again. That's not studying, that's decorating your book. The truth is, 90% of people study wrong without realizing it. They think learning means reading more, memorizing more, highlighting more. But the brain doesn't work like a storage drive. It needs friction, mistakes, recall, and emotion to grow. Real learning happens when you struggle, when your brain is trying to recall something instead of just reviewing it. That's why people who only reread notes often feel confident but perform poorly. It's called the illusion of competence. So how do you break it? How do you study smarter, not harder? Here's the secret: active recall and spaced repetition. Active recall means testing yourself, not rereading, but pulling information from your memory. And spaced repetition means spreading your review over time instead of cramming everything the night before. For example, after learning something new today, review it tomorrow. Then again in 3 days. Then a week. Then 2 weeks. Each time, recall it without looking at the book first. This simple trick tells your brain that information is important and should be stored long-term. If you use this method consistently, you'll need less time to study and remember more. That's what Michael did. He learned to recall and space his reviews. While An kept rereading and forgetting, Min kept testing himself and improving. At first, this way of studying feels harder. Your brain might resist it because it takes effort. But that effort is exactly what builds true understanding. It's like going to the gym: if it doesn't burn, it doesn't grow. So if you've been stuck with the same grades no matter how hard you try, maybe it's not your ability that's the problem, it's your method. Change how you learn, and everything else will follow. Now, go back to that number you gave yourself at the beginning. Would you change it now? If you learned something new today, leave a comment below and share your score again. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video, because the way you learn might just change everything.